what's the backstory on this one?
So the backstory on this house is the client called us about 19 months ago. That was back in 2021. And she is the signer for the estate, so she's in charge of the estate. And the house, we came and saw it, and it was full of stuff. I mean, it literally was packed top to bottom, furniture, old. The house was built in '83, but the parents lived here forever, had a business run out of here. I think he was an accountant or something. And I've got pictures to show what it looked like before. And she just kept taking her time, thought that she would sell it on her own, or, you know, maybe fix it up, come here, sell some stuff out, have a garage sale. Timing, that's never worked for her because she's down in Florida. She's about 7.5 hours away. She came up, and of course it's hard to get rid of your parents' stuff. So her thought was, okay, well, I want to save some things. I want to get things moving. I want to bring some stuff back down home. And so she kept waiting and waiting and waiting.
OfferPad Express.
Yeah, that's the one that's dropped quite a few $1,000s, probably $30,000.
So that's owned by OfferPad?
That is owned by OfferPad, yes.
And what are they, similar like Open Door?
Yes, so they come in as a cash buyer. They buy the house from you, and then you move out. But they usually buy it for 20% less than what the real value is. And then, then you close and they sit on it.
All right, so I'm here with our two most favorite real estate agents and the best in the business in Atlanta and worldwide. Actually, we're going worldwide. But Kim, you were actually making a really good point about how relationships matter so much when it comes to business, particularly real estate.
Yes, very true. Real estate is all relational. It's about meeting people, building a relationship with them while staying true to who you are, not to be or try to be someone that you're not, and staying top of mind for them all the time. You've got to stay in touch, do all the things, reach out to people, tell them how much you really care about them and how important they are to you.
And most importantly, execute. So you can't do all these things and then not deliver, which you guys do all the time. Now, I actually mentioned you on a recent video where I was discussing how a friend had just recently closed on his home sale. Thanks to you guys.
Thanks to you.
Well, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. And I said it was a home, and then I restated and said it was an estate, and then I corrected myself and said it was a compound, really.
Right.
Because of the way that it was set up. But it was just, to me, it was really interesting to see how, despite how many people say housing market's down, housing market's crashing, et cetera, people are still able to conduct business if they have the right team.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, Greg, you had mentioned something very important about investing. Most importantly, how to gain access to funding to invest, and also ways of getting more creative in gaining access to have the ability to make repairs and renovations and get properties to a point of which they are more likely to sell for more, even when you don't necessarily want to put forth a ton of cash into it.
Right. So one of the things that I would definitely look into is your local contractors and see if they want to join in your venture of selling your property and giving them the opportunity to make an additional 10-20% over what their normal cost would be to do the renovation if you don't have the money to outlay. Like for this property here, I think it was close to about $18,000 that the seller had to invest. But the contractors would have been on board with her because I did already have that conversation if she didn't have that money to outlay. But because this is an estate sale, there's money in the estate to pay for this. But in my opinion, I already talked to these contractors that we had aligned with her and oversaw all the work. They would have done that to make an extra 10 to 15 to 20% and be guaranteed in 30 to 45 days to be paid.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that for the folks that are saying the housing market is crashing, perhaps maybe they are in a position where they're not happy or satisfied with perhaps maybe the suggested listing price, but don't have a team quite like you guys. Insert selfish plug here.
Team Tordic Properties.
It doesn't have a team like you guys that will be honest with them, number one, but number two, coach, help them along the way with possible ideas and solutions that would take you from a low ball offer, an open door. What was the other one called? Offer pad, open door, offer pad, low ball offer, undervalued, and then cut 20% off it. To, I know I don't have a lot of money, but there are ways to work through it to get yourself to a point of which listing at what the house is actually worth.
Right. No, you're 100% right, Kevin. You know, there are going to be price adjustments to homes. The builders are going through a real strict price adjustment right now, I believe, because they don't want to sit on inventory.
They realize they can't rip us off anymore.
Oh, was that Kim?
Sorry.
I guess who was that? So she basically, not she, the builders basically do not want to have these homes sitting in inventory for them to have to hold and pay a mortgage once they're finished. They want to see these houses sell as soon as they're done or within 30 to 45 days, because then the banks are going to be looking at interest that they got to pay on. So we're seeing heavy price reductions, 10, 15% of some of these major builders, which I don't want to mention, but there are a lot of them that we're seeing cutting across the board because they're kind of worried about what's coming down the pipe with the high interest rates.
And you said you received an email?
Yes, I did receive an email from multiple builders with price reductions on there. They're not reductions, they're slashing prices.
And also interest rates for February, or was it January, February, March?
February's going to be another increase. We're going to definitely see another 0.25% interest rate hike. March is going to be another interest rate hike, and then possibly in May, but it's too far out to say.
And I know I don't want to go like too far off based on the whole topic of conversation here.
Yeah.
But buyers and sellers are probably worrying and panicking.
That's definitely what's happening. Buyers and sellers are panicking for sure.
But agents too, talking about they want to get out of the business.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the agents right now, especially the agents that have been in the business for just a short time, maybe the last 2, maybe 3 years, they're jumping ship fast and furious. They're just leaving for other jobs that have maybe a little bit more steady income, like retail and other service industries. We're seeing that by the hundreds daily.
In my experience, retail's taking a huge hit.
Retail.
Yes.
Retail's taking a huge hit. So it may be consistent, but it's on a decline.
Right.
So if you were to provide any short, basic, simple advice for agents looking perhaps maybe who came in when, you could do no wrong, right? Sold themselves. And
The
now,
easy
Right.
button.
Yeah.
Like I said just a few minutes ago, I was telling a friend of mine, to sell real estate the last 2 years, all you really needed was a heartbeat and half a brain.
You could fog a mirror.
So, yeah. Fog a mirror. It's all smoke and mirrors, folks. That was really all that you needed. Now you need the skills and the knowledge. And in order to do that, if I could give some advice to any agents out there that are watching this video that are thinking about getting out of the business, don't.
Right.
Don't, because there is going to be a lot more opportunity for you. You just have to learn how to get the business, how to build the relationships, how to maintain those relationships. And that might mean for some people getting on a team. Get on a good real estate team that has tons of knowledge, tons of experience, and can help you through that.
Absolutely.
So that's what I would say.
And that's what you guys provide on your channel.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Knowledge, expertise, education, experience.
Yep.
So, folks, I will link them in the description. Go check them out. Real Estate Agents of Atlanta. Bye.
Bye.